Hi, I want to start by saying I am incredibly impressed by your answers on the theme of the Sneetches, and I hope you found the fact that Dr. Seuss was political as interesting as I did when I learned about him. Really a fascinating man on so many levels. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the figurative language in Number the Stars. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and a PowerPoint to remind you what we mean by figurative language and what we're saying. So, here we go. Give us one sec to pull it up. I hope you guys are doing well today. All right, so figurative language. So we talked about a lot in the past of figurative meanings and literal meanings of words. So when you say the word literally, which a lot of people do wrong, like I literally am going to die if I don't get to go to the dance tomorrow. No, you're not. You're going to be really disappointed, but you're not going to die. So literal words function exactly as defined. So when we say the car is blue, he caught the football, it's exactly as it happened. Figurative language, when you say things like, I've got your back, no, you don't have my back, I have my back, but I know what you mean, you'll stand behind me, you'll protect my back. You're a doll, I'm not saying you're a doll, I'm saying, aren't you sweet, aren't you the best? And those are kind of when we talk figuratively, that's what we mean. So sometimes we do that using similes. And I know you know this, but just a reminder, a simile is a comparison between two unlike things that have something in common. So a simile always uses the words like or as to make a comparison. It's been out, so this slideshow takes some examples from songs. This was a Beatles song. It's been a hard day's night and I've been working like a dog. When you say like someone works like a dog, dogs have been known to work really hard. So you're saying that they work really hard. They're not, laughing at a bowl and, digging a hole. My heart is like an open highway. Nice Bon Jovi song. When you say your heart is an open highway, it means it's open for anyone to come on down it, and you're open to all sorts of different people. When you say people are like two peas in a pod, it means you're exactly the same. You're so much alike. It feels like Christmas in summer means, that says it all, right? Something exciting is happening. Christmas is a holiday that people look forward to. The snow was like a blanket. So it wasn't an actual blanket, which is meant to keep people warm, but probably a covering went over everybody. And we hear all the time, my love is like a red rose. And that's kind of a common simile, and the rose being the symbol of love. The deer ran like the wind, as fast as the wind goes, whipping through things is kind of an important reference. As hungry as a bear, as nutty as a fruitcake. Fruitcakes have a lot of nuts in them, so if you call somebody a fruitcake, that's been meant to be kind of like they're kooky. As quick as lightning, you know how fast a lightning flash is. As slippery as an eel, you couldn't grab an eel. Solid as a rock, nothing's harder. Stubborn as a mule. Mule is an animal infamously known as being stubborn. And oak trees are strong and sturdy. So using just like or as in a sentence doesn't make it a simile. You can't say I like pizza and think that's a simile because the word is there. But if you say the moon is like a pizza, with its craters being the pepperoni, and that's different. So metaphors are also a figure of speech that we use. It's considered figurative language, and it compares two unlike things that have something in common, but you do it without the use of like or as. These are a little trickier and not necessarily as common. Patty was a raging tiger when she lost her lunch money. It's not was like a or acted like a, but was a raging tiger. That's the difference. So we know, oh boy, a raging tiger is angry. So sometimes that just gives a nice description. During the night, the forest was a dark and frightening battlefield. Love that. Great example of a metaphor. Saying someone has a heart of stone is a metaphor. I'm just going to pause this for a second. And okay, sorry about that. Let me go back to sharing the screen real quick. And we were talking about examples of metaphors. So, you know, if you say someone has a heart of stone, he has the heart of a lion, which says a lot, like a lot of pride, you know, ready to fight for what they need. You are the sun in my sky. Oh, that means you're everything to me. I couldn't survive without you. You're the thing that brightens my day, the thing that gives me life. You are the light in my life. Same thing, like you need light in your life. So that says so much in a statement like that when you use a metaphor. She is my east and my west, my compass. That's a famous line from a book, which means, you know, you're the person that keeps me on track. If you're saying you are my compass. Life is a mere dream, a fleeting shadow on a cloudy day. Love that. Love is a lemon, either bitter of sweet or bitter or sweet. Cute. Drowning in the sea. If you feel like if you say I'm drowning, it doesn't always mean that, you know, it's not literal, it's figurative. If you say you're jumping for joy, you know, that says a lot. You're rolling in dough. It's not literal. Dough is figurative for money. The apple of my eyes, like the sparkle, the person, my person. It is raining cats and dogs. Love is a fragile flower opening to the warmth of spring. Oh, I love that. All right, so personification is something we've talked about a lot in the past. It's giving human traits to objects or ideas. The sunlight danced. Water on the lake shivers, and shiver is a quality that people have when what they do when they're cold, they shake. You know, people dance. To say the sunlight dance means it's kind of bouncing around. The streets are calling me, or the streets going, hey, Laura, come on in. No, it's figurative. You're saying it's as if they are. You're giving them human qualities that they're calling out to you. So that is, in a nutshell, some figurative language. So what I did was I went over to Schoology and I did, I think it's 5 matching questions, and you're asked to match sentences from the book and tell me whether or not they're a metaphor, a simile, or an example of personification within those sentences. So take a moment, go do that now, and submit it. And then tomorrow morning at 10:15, not 10, we are going to have a Zoom. Mr. C is going to join us, talk a little bit about our family field day. We're going to talk to you about next week in writing our What OHS Essays Mean to Me. And we'll have a special day together. Okay, so I'm going to see you tomorrow morning at 10:15 on our Zoom. I'll put the invitation in the today's assignment as well. And I'll talk to you soon. All right, have a great rest of the day.